Hello there everyone and welcome back. 2 matches did not seem like enough there, although they did drag out incredibly long, I gotta say. And again, it's like I hinted at, with a lack of like a killing blow weapon or maneuver I could do to finish off finish off my opponent when I have a severe advantage, does drag that out a little bit longer than necessary, I suppose. But we're gonna try the slaughters one more time, I suppose, before I jump on over to the Acherons and have a little bit of fun with the lances and just be an annoying little pest, I guess. Although there's not really much else to say, is there? It's just a matter of fine-tuning, practicing, and hopefully my 2 fragile frigates are not a potential liability, with them only having 200 health and no additional armor compared to the rest of my frigates. So if Eldari want to snipe them, they can do that incredibly damn well. Incredibly damn well, even. So let's see how we do. Alright, apparently it's where Face Off gets New Parain again, and it's Space Marines. Even though I may have won against the Battle Barge and 3 strike cruisers before, that doesn't mean this is going to be an easy battle regardless. We're still dealing with a ridiculous amount of boarding potential, and since I am encouraged to get that close for said boarding, it's not going to be the most promising prospect for me, especially for dealing with like the 6 cruiser fleet, which is always a possibility. Now, I'm just trying to think which scares me more, the prow lances and their potential to just chase after me, or boarding torpedoes that do a ridiculous amount of damage potential if they were to ever connect against me. I think it might be the boarding torpedoes, just simply because I don't have anything to deal with any fighters they might use to serve as that screen. Plasma bomb would be amazing in this regard, I won't lie, to help get to the armor, but at the same time, stasis bomb may not be all that helpful either, I guess. And I do want demonic ritual. It didn't do me much good before, but if I can get away with call to arms on top of that, then I'm getting a lot of longevity to my fleet. Good luck keeping it that way, I suppose. Because I need to start killing things before they have an option or have the opportunity to board me a second time. And don't think there's anything else I need to prioritize. I kind of want a mission dissipator, I suppose. And they'll likely deploy on the left, so let's just have the frigates in a good position for that. And see what we're up against. Oh, it helps if I actually group my fleet, because apparently I did not group these 3 at all.
Your orders?
There, that is now corrected.
We are unstoppable!
Although, let's see. We have no idea what we're actually up against at the moment.
Show us our victims!
And I should be boosting, silly me.
Set engines to full ahead!
Not a huge issue, I guess, since I want to stay and grab these points anyway, briefly.
Show us our victims!
They could just hang back and prepare.
Reporting!
You have seized a strategic area.
Now, this possibly looks like double battle barge, which probably means I want to destroy
We stand ready!
the
The enemy has
dang
seized a strategic
generator,
area.
perhaps. Especially with a lack of either the plasma bomb to do good hull damage against that, and of course, no disruption overcharger disruptor bomb.
For the War Master! We stand ready!
Now, with them
You have
together, it
seized
is a
a
foolish
strategic
idea to
area.
try and engage both of them together.
Setting course! To the slaughter!
So I just want to try and grab the points and hope that
We will
encourages
follow your
them
command.
to play a little more spread out and riskier.
For the War Master!
And ideally, maybe just grab the points behind them.
Your orders?
Because I won against Space Marines because I had the benefit of engaging their...
Show us our victims!
What is it? There's 3 strike cruisers without the battle barge. So that helped a
Show
ton.
us our victims!
And we do have fighters come in, so I'm not worried about the fighters, I'm more worried.
Reporting!
Okay, Mark IIs.
We'll follow your command! For now!
So that'll be a mild annoyance.
Your orders!
But I do have a gas cloud here.
For the ruinous
kind of
powers.
move to and conceal myself in the worst case.
You have seized a strategic area.
And
Reporting.
well, actually, I think the Mark II battle barge is actually more
Set
expensive
engines to
than,
full ahead. Setting course.
yeah, more expensive than the regular Mark ones, but they should still have a cruiser of some kind.
The enemy has seized a strategic
And I burnt all my
area.
combustion gauge. Not a big deal at the moment.
Moving to those coordinates.
And I would like to just grab these points
Show us
behind
our
them.
victims.
Although,
As the War
they don't
Master
have a
wills.
lot of firepower up close, so Okay, there's collision there of sorts, I saw that. But yeah, I'm honestly
We stand
wondering,
ready.
is it a good idea for me to engage both of them? Because again, 2 battle barges with Honor the Chapter
Engines hot.
can probably kill off the crew of 2 of my cruisers
Reporting.
right at the very beginning. At least can do that kind of damage. It still will take a little bit of time for them to do that,
For the War Master.
for that troop damage to kick in, of course, but
To the slaughter.
with such mobility, alright.
Your orders.
So that's not a huge issue, that frigate's gonna take an eternity.
Show us our victims.
And I'm gonna try and grab this point here.
Reporting. For the ruinous powers.
Then just use the gas cloud behind me.
Activated. For the War Master.
Alright, so that's convenient. What is that? That's just the strike cruiser there, I imagine. So that kind of tells me they
Your
don't
orders.
really have 3 frigates of sorts.
Set
So that's
engines
just
to
the
full
one
ahead.
frigate they have there.
For the War Master. We are unstoppable.
Let's go say hi
You
to our
have
friend,
seized a strategic
which is also
area.
using lances.
We'll follow your command for now.
Now I sadly am probably not gonna
Show us our
get
victims.
behind it. In fact, I'm gonna ram it.
Moving to those coordinates.
Which in all honesty, I didn't want to quite ram it, but it's what happened.
Your orders.
I swear I was trying to do an evasive maneuver, not ram the thing of the Kingdom Come. But
Reporting.
let's steal the point here,
Setting course.
and this is where I'm strongest when I can isolate them like this.
Show us our victims.
Because this is only half my firepower for crying out loud.
To the slaughter.
And a lot of this damage was my own undoing, let's admit that.
You have
And I did not use the mock
25%
ritual.
to strategic points. The enemy is seizing one of your
Well, let's kill
strategic
this.
areas.
And make this worth our while.
As the War Master wills.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Shields sadly are back up, but Thunderhawks are easily dealt with.
We stand ready. As the War Master wills. We stand ready.
1 ship down, 2 battle barges to go.
Moving to those coordinates.
And they do have lances, and they did ram
Your
themselves a bit.
orders.
And again, most of this was due to my own ramming damage, so it's not as bad as it looks. I swear.
Set engines to full ahead.
But
Show us our victims.
let's try and grab points, conceal these ships, although they burnt their combustion gauge,
For now.
and continue on with this point advantage.
Your orders.
And sadly, my frigate's at risk of dying too.
You have seized a strategic area.
Reporting. Setting course.
Now, what I think I want to try and do is,
For the War Master.
again, it's still double battle barge for crying out loud. And they are coming towards me, with that said too.
Engines hot.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Executing high energy turn.
That's kind of what I was afraid of there, because if I keep running all day, I am gonna suffer this.
Enemy ship sighted. Show us our victims.
So, can we start engaging, because they don't have frigates nearby to reveal me.
Ruinous powers. We stand ready. Engines hot. the War Master! We'll follow your command for now. Show us our victims!
So let's try and get out of the way here. Although we're doing noteworthy damage to this battle barge already.
Slaughter them! For the War Master! We are
So yeah, let's just try and do what damage we can, I guess.
Show us our victims! Your orders! As the War Master wills! To the slaughter!
Tried to call to arms.
We stand ready!
Not all that effective, I'm afraid to say.
50% of strategic points.
But Thunderhawks should not be able to do a whole lot, hopefully.
For the War Master! Engines hot! Your orders!
I need more
The
armor
enemy
piercing
has
potential.
accumulated 25% of strategic points.
Which means, yeah, I'll want reload pretty soon.
Slaughter!
Thankfully I'm okay so far, I got the objective lead. It's just making sure this doesn't bite me in the ass. Because if I don't mitigate enough of this damage, and I'm hearing bombs and that being planted.
Show us our victims! As the War Master
Alright, sadly the flagship's out, which probably a good thing.
ready!
It means it minimizes the morale damage I could take here.
Retros activated! For the ruinous powers!
If I can kill one of these off, that helps a ton.
War Master! We stand
Especially if it's the flagship with all its potential firepower.
ready! Unstoppable! Show us our victims!
Now, is it entirely possible maybe I can kill them? I need more armor-piercing shots if I want that to realistically happen. Yep, shoot down the Thunderhawks, thank you. Only 2 ships are in armor-piercing range, and I am reducing damage, or my own rate of fire, with this one in cold arms right now.
We stand ready!
And I got a nice healthy point lead. But I am suffering morale. There is no Kulex's assassin though, with that said. Which may be helping me. Nope. Can we at least shoot these oh, they're only bombers, not Thunderhawks, so maybe I'll be okay.
Vengeance will be ours!
They did completely destroy the engines.
We are unstoppable!
Now I kinda want to destroy the engines on that thing.
Engines hot!
But let's focus on grabbing the objective, which is kind of what I should have been doing this entire time, because this is a lot more tense than it probably needs to
Moving
be.
to those coordinates! Show us our victims!
Because now I'm going to lose that for
As the
free,
War Master
basically.
wills!
The enemy is
And it
seizing
just
one of
suffered a
your
mutiny.
strategic areas.
But I have a nice healthy point lead still.
We are unstoppable!
Even with this thing dying, I still got a healthy point lead.
We stand ready! For the ruinous powers!
And I was aware of the frigate all this time, actually. Let's get these things ready to grab points as well for when the battleship barge decides to chase after me.
War Master! Engines hot!
And I'm trusting I can shoot down those Thunderhawks fast enough. Nope. Only 2 boring actions, which I guess is a small price to pay, but
Departing!
You have seized
I
the
say that,
strategic
and then I
area.
permanently lose my engines.
We'll follow your command! For now!
I'm still in good shape, though.
Show us
I'm
our
200
victims.
points away from a
You are
victory
close
after
to
all.
victory by strategic points.
We
So that
are
is a wrap.
unstoppable!
I should have been just sticking to that the entire time. Truth be
As the War
told,
Master wills!
since it was working out so well before after all, and my opponent refused to kind of let themselves, get spread out. So I'll easily punish them for that maneuver, I guess.
Moving to those coordinates!
Because there's nothing you can do about this ship. I'm 100 points away from victory, and hell,
Activated.
I'm just going to commit
enemy is
kamikaze
seizing
on
one of
your
strategic
Nova here.
areas. You have seized a strategic
Once I get
area.
combustion gauge, that is.
For the ruinous powers.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Now kill the shields.
Engines hot.
You're not killing the shields fast enough, sadly. I'm curious if that will hit the frigate or not. Because it is turning out of the way, sadly.
For the war master.
Oh well. This is game.
One of our ships is gone.
Not much else needs to be said. Although, there may have been a bit of an opportunity to win such a close range engagement, but I would need to be very strict on being in armor-piercing range, I think. And I would probably have to commit to it really early before suffering like engine critical hits or anything important. Or anything significant that could screw me over. And they did not even have a Coexis assassin, so imagine how much more screwed I would have been if in that kind of close range engagement. So, I would argue that was not the right choice. It's Imperial Navy yet again. Let's keep the conquest against the false emperor, I suppose. Let's keep it going, because so far it's been going well. Some have been incredibly close, incredibly tense, and probably not the best execution of my strategies, but we are somehow winning in these engagements, when we're kind of fighting on their terms to a limited extent, since I have to fly into range of their all devastating macro cannons and possibly their torpedoes. But at the same time, the torpedoes are probably not as big of a deal as I like to make it sound, since I have that ridiculous amount of speed after all to even outrun the torpedoes. I would just have to be facing away from them for that to work. Now, where do I expect them to deploy? Because I'm not going to spread out my cruisers this time around, I think. And let's have the flagship protect on all fronts, shall we? What is the plan here? Can't really think of much of one aside for wait and see. Because they could deploy over on the right here. They could try and intercept me at these 3 points. So how I approach this is going to be different. Or it's going to vary. Never mind the fact that, of course, it could be a bunch of battleships. Or grand cruisers.
Set engines to full ahead. Moving to those coordinates.
And speaking of which, 5 ships, so these could very easily be grand cruisers of sorts.
Show us our victims.
And let me keep an eye on my combustion gauge. Oh, never mind.
Enemy ship sighted. Reporting.
They're in a hurry. They see me hurrying, so they feel the pressure right off the bat. Armageddons, so we're dealing with a Lance-type fleet. With an Exorcist.
We stand ready.
I feel like it's
You have
upside down
seized a
day.
strategic
The
area.
mirror has been broken. The roles have basically been reversed here. And let's see, beacon. Not all that terrifying. I'm not worried about that, but let's grab points for goods just for the sake of it, and hopefully I can fly past before that beacon reaches me.
Moving to those
And I never
coordinates.
even paid
The
attention to
enemy has
upgrades. So
seized
short
a
burn,
strategic
shield
area.
recharge, so standard like
Retros activated.
low admiral level type of skills.
Show us our victims.
You have seized a
There.
strategic area.
Now let's get out of here before the beacon even gets close.
We stand ready.
Hell, it's not even coming at me, so
Retros activated.
I don't think I need to worry.
Your orders.
But they are boosting towards me, so let's keep
As the War Master
prepared for that. Right off the bat, outside torpedoes, I should be in good shape, and they don't even... Yeah, they do have the short burn torpedoes. I don't know why I thought for a moment they didn't. I literally checked their skills after all. So, let's be prepared for evasive maneuvers with that said. Oh, you got shot at? No, you went through the asteroid belt. Nah, that is why. And they should have points still for
Locking weapons.
the frigates is what I'm trying to say. You would think anyway, because I was able to afford 40s and then a battleship for crying out loud. No, it was a dictator and 3 Armageddons. I'm probably wrong in that exchange, but
Show us our victims.
it's only 1 fighter bay or 1 carrier ship, so I can deal with that easily enough. And hell,
As the War Master
yeah, let's just start
wills.
with the evasive maneuvers. It's only point defense turrets, that's fine, because I'm stealing the points behind them there.
For the War Master.
And
We'll
get
follow
ready.
your command for now.
Well, I would like to try for an engagement at some point.
Your
And we know the
orders.
frigate's somewhere there.
To the slaughter.
Gotta keep an eye on shields here, that's gonna be important, so
Reporting.
let's do what I do all the time with these. Try and
Engines
rotate them
hot.
around slightly.
We stand ready.
Ideally before torpedoes go down.
Setting
All right.
course. Retros activated.
That works, that's 1 torpedo
We are
evaded.
unstoppable.
And I still have dang demonic ritual. Celestia's favor would be pretty good for this situation. But slow them down is still good, and I am in range to shoot at them right now. I'm not too terribly afraid of this fleet.
For the ruinous
It's just a matter of
power.
punishing them the best, though.
Show us our victims. Retros activated.
Now I gotta wait for torpedoes, because that could be a big threat
Reporting.
with this
You
close
have seized a
proximity.
strategic area.
We'll follow your command. For now. We stand ready. Moving to those
Now,
coordinates.
alright, the engine's gone on that cursed thing. That's unfortunate.
For the War Master.
But we are doing good amounts of damage, but it's now gonna get spread out momentarily.
As the War Master wills. For the War Master.
Try and make
Set
this
engines
damage
to full
count.
ahead. Slaughter them.
I did not pay attention, dang it, and this is why, what I hinted at the other episode, how a lapse of concentration can be the death of me.
We stand ready. Engines hot.
At least now I'm able to focus down the
Boarding
ship
attack successful,
that I want to
Master.
hit. I just gotta kill it
For the
first.
War Master. To the slaughter. Show us our victims. As the War Master wills. Your orders.
It's taken a lot of concentration for this there, so it's kind of difficult to commentate this the best. And the shields are about to come back up, aren't they? So I'm not gonna kill that
Reporting.
ship anytime soon. And thankfully, my point defense just shot almost all of them down.
You have accumulated
still was enough to get a
25%
critical
of
hit, though.
strategic points.
Your orders.
The point defense did wonders.
Reporting.
Now,
You have seized
I
a
did lose another
strategic
engine,
area.
which is unfortunate, but
For the ruinous power.
this is where I turn around and just take advantage of,
Show
well,
us
my
our
advantage.
victims.
Pay attention what's been happening all this
We
time.
are unstoppable.
Now, that may not be as exciting as it may seem, but keep in mind that's only one cruiser they're taking out, and they did not bother to kill
We'll
the second
follow
one
your
yet.
command. For now.
So I think we're okay there.
Your orders.
I like to think, although I'm suffering engine critical
Follow
hits.
Your command. For now.
Let's not get too excited, I guess.
Show us our victims.
I have combustion gauge here. I got plenty of combustion gauge at that.
For the
And
War Master.
I don't know how many broad torpedo shots those were.
Setting course. Reporting.
But We dodged that decently enough. Only one fire assault, but they'll expire soon.
You have seized a strategic area.
And so long as they're hitting me with their prow guns, that's not a big deal. I do have demonic ritual though, so I could be okay here. And I haven't really used my stasis bomb the best either. So more torpedoes, that's fine.
You have accumulated 50% of strategic points.
We'll deal with that easily enough. There, I just reactivated the crew, or at least used the demonic ritual, so I'm getting a little bit of value out of it here. And now I have all 5 objectives to my name. We are racking up the points quickly here. Slowly and surely, at least. I'm just not in the ideal armor-piercing range, but
Moving to those coordinates.
let's try and dodge some with that
Set
said.
engines to full ahead. We stand ready.
And since I activate them all separately, it's going to have a hard time
Activated.
checking for the combustion gauge. But morale's about to break on the one ship. And it did lose its deck, keep in mind, so I am excited for what the prospect of taking out another ship, but it's just going to force a rally, isn't it? Yep, it just immediately forced a rally, but they probably should have waited until after it mutinied. That way they would get a little bit extra morale for that.
Setting course. We stand ready.
Can we kill this?
Retros activated.
Because I'm getting bored heavily. There, that second mutiny seals the deal there.
Repair the damage.
At least not until another 90 seconds.
We'll follow your command. For now.
And the fire assaults might be able to kill it off if I'm so lucky.
Reporting.
Oh, don't you dare critically hit my flagship.
We are unstoppable.
And we have bombers to deal with
You
too.
have accumulated 75% of strategic points.
Alright, there goes to half of their lance firepower.
Show us our victims.
And it helps if... yeah, you are running currently.
For the War Master.
I just want to make sure point defense are doing their job.
To the slaughter.
Yes, come after me.
Moving to those
Although,
coordinates.
with my engines down, I am limited in what I can do here.
Activated. We stand ready.
At least for another 30 seconds, that is.
Unstoppable.
Engine's permanently gone, so that basically seals the deal there.
Set engines to full ahead.
And I'm not realistically expecting to kill any more ships here,
Reporting.
if I were to be serious. Unless I can abuse the terrain really damn well.
Reporting.
But I am about to win on the objective front. Nice and handily, I won't argue.
Victims.
Was it a worthwhile trade?
Let the galaxy
Losing
burn.
only 2 cruisers for 2 of theirs?
War Master wills.
Honestly, it's a better trade. After I just said that.
You are close to victory by
Although,
strategic
yeah,
points.
I am about to lose my 2nd cruiser. Technically 3, depending how you view this 3rd one here that's out in the middle of nowhere and not moving.
Your orders. Engines hot.
Aww.
We'll follow your command. For now. We stand ready. Moving to those coordinates.
Well. What can I do? They have the torpedoes, they have the heavy armor, so I want to try to
For the ruinous
force an
powers.
engagement on them.
Show us our victims.
Ideally,
As the War Master
well,
wills.
it's all... even with Acrons and all that, my main priority is almost always
Setting course.
the dang objective, since I can't kill things quickly enough to
Moving
really
those
win
coordinates.
through sheer power. Maybe I can win through attrition, but not in power a lot of the times. That felt like a well-executed match, but I apologize to my opponent, but dang it, why did you not care about the objectives? There's a reason it's there. It's so... strategies like that is not the predominant strategy. We're I run and just feint and harass all day. And they did have a convenient layout there with 3 objectives that they could grab. Mind you, it was more on my half of the map, but they could have entrenched themselves pretty decently there. Especially with short burn torpedoes to really threaten and pressure me.